YouTube, it's your boy Gunsmoke Lee, man. Finally coming back with another video. And man, if you see the title of the video, this is kind of like my gun regret. Cause I tried to replace my Glocks and it didn't work. I'm trying to not make this a long video. But essentially, I've been going through an EDC dilemma. And I don't know if I talked about this in my last video or not, but I'm gonna just get straight into it, man. This gun right here has been my EDC for the past probably 3 to 4 years, and it's a Glock 43X. Make sure that focus. Glock 43X, but the regular original one. So this one doesn't have a rail, non-MOS, the basic Glock 43X. And since having it, you know, just going on my gun journey. Dang, trying to make sure that thing focus. But yeah, just going on my gun journey, you know, I found out that, you know, you want to upgrade it and you just want to add new things to your gun, man. Keeping up with the time. So, you know, Glock is king of aftermarket parts. So I ended up finding this rail that you can add to it. It's called a recovered tactical rail for anybody that has a 43X and wants to get it. Now this rail isn't too bad, but I ended up getting a full holster setup when I bought this rail. Cause I bought this rail, already had this O-light. So this is the holster I had for it. So the only thing that this will fit is a 43X with this rail and this O-light. Now the rail isn't the problem, but it's this O-light. The mounting system on this came off my gun so many dang times. I tell you. But especially when shooting at the range or rapid fire, it just swung off my gun. It went into the sand, went into the dirt. That's not good. That's not what you want on an EDC firearm, you know. Outside of that, I had upgraded the magazine on this 43X. So I had the also popular Shield Arms magazines, right? 15+1 capacity. Mine's super beat up. As you can see, we train with our firearms. But yeah, mine's super beat up. And my dilemma with these is, yes, you get 15+1 and a 43X, but sometimes it's not reliable. I'm not gonna say they're completely unreliable, but there's a couple times I had hiccups with this where, you know, I'm getting a failure to feed, failure to eject, something like that, and it's once every blue moon. Now, the 15 round I ain't had that much problem with, but the 15 rounds plus the 5 base plate where you get 20 rounds on the 43X, I had major problems with that. And yeah, I just couldn't trust it, bro. I was literally having dreams, and let me know if y'all can relate. But I literally had dreams with this gun jamming, like in my sleep. Like I need to use my gun and it jammed on me, and that's not a good feeling to have. You wake up you'll wake up next to your gun and be like, why would you do that to me? You know. But yeah, man, I just couldn't trust this gun anymore. And granted, I could put a 10 round magazine back in this gun. And now that I'm like growing in my firearm journey, I realize now that like you don't need 15 rounds. Like 10 rounds is enough. If you train, keep a spare magazine, then 10 rounds is enough. You know what I mean? Granted, 15, 17 rounds, it would be nice to have it. You know what I mean? But for something reliable, man, and something that you're proficient with, 10 rounds is definitely enough. So this is kind of where this all started, where I wanted to replace this gun. And I was like, man, let me try to look into other things. I was like, I could go get a 43X MOS, right? And that's where I kind of was like, okay, I can get a 43X MLX, but what else can I get? Because at the time, when I was thinking about replacing this gun, there's so many guns coming out. The Canon Mete MC9, Springfield Armory Hellcat Pro, the Shield Plus 2.0. I don't know why it's focusing crazily, but yeah, Shield Plus 2.0. And just there's so many carry guns that came out within the past couple of years, right? But one of them caught my attention, and that would be this FN Reflex. So this is a 15+1 capacity firearm, but also you can carry an 11+1. And I was like, man, 11+1 in this little tiny package, right? There you go. That's a good focus. 11+1 in this configuration. 10+1 in this configuration. I was like, man, it's an upgrade, right? I don't know if you can see. Just trying to look how tiny that is compared to that. A little bit shorter, but also like 43X can kind of fit in my hand, as you can see. But look at this, just like fits in my palm almost. Look how tiny that setup is. But and then you put the 15+1. Dang. And I know a lot of carry guns been doing this lately, so you can get the 15+1 capacity and get a full size grip. And go to 11+1. So I was like, man, I was just really chasing height, you know. And granted, this gun ain't a bad gun, but I kind of just don't. My problem with this gun when I bought it and when I started shooting it is I didn't like this. I don't like that pinky hanging off. But then also when you put that 15+1 magazine in it, it's kind of like you have enough grip, you can get all your fingers on it, but it's a little bit longer, right? So for one, you're not going to be able to conceal as well. You're going to be sticking out a little bit. You're going to be poking. But also, man, I don't know what it is about this gun. If you want to be 1000% transparent, it's just not a 43X. It's one of the first guns I ever purchased, and I'm so used to it. But also not even that, like, this gun is perfect, almost. Like, it feels like a bigger size gun without being a bigger size gun. Like, it almost feels like you're carrying a Glock 19, right? But it's slim, and I could put this on my body, sit it and forget it, like not even know I'm carrying it on my body. So I was kind of like I don't know. This, like, it's a great gun, don't get me wrong, and I do plan on still carrying this gun. Like, if I need like a super deep concealment, I'll probably carry it like this, like super tiny pocket rocket style. Like, just like if I'm running or need to go to the gym or something like that, I might carry this. But I do need to get a holster for it. But man, I don't know what it was, man. I don't know if y'all ever been in this scenario before where you buy a gun and it's just not what you expected. Just, it's a little bit of disappointment. You know what I mean? So that was my scenario with this gun, right? Trying to place my 43X for something that's newer, better, got all the new features, but it's just not the same. I don't know what it. Like, it's gotta be. Oh, another thing, this got a really good trigger on it. That's another thing that really gave me some conviction about this gun. So you can see, like, barely no take up, super light, probably like a 4.5 pound trigger. Yeah, man. So that's this one. Now, the other time I tried to replace a Glock, it's been this Glock 19, right? Glock 19, got a Radiant Ramjet, all the works on it, right? But I wanted to, so this is like, you know, this is a compact size firearm. This is something I EDC occasionally, right? And I had the EDC in between me not trusting this gun and me not liking this one. I ended up EDCing this instead anyways. Like I said, swapped out my Glocks, trying to replace them. Ended up carrying a Glock anyways. But, so I wanted to, since this 19 was a compact size, it's something I could EDC, I wanted something full size that I could either go to competition with or be like a combat pistol for me, right? And I had this gun sitting in my safe for a while. Probably, this is like the third gun I ever purchased. Now, if y'all don't know, I got a decent amount of guns. I don't got the craziest collection, but if you want to check that out, you can check my Glock collection out. That I just released. It was my first YouTube video ever. Feel me? But this is my FN 509 that I've had, and you're gonna see this gun in my full gun collection soon. But y'all haven't seen this one yet, unless it was like a short. But yeah, FN 509, and as you can see, I put all the works on this too. Granted, this gun came from the factory with so many features to begin with. For one, it's ambidextrous. The Glock ain't ambidextrous, so I'm like, oh yeah, it's an ambidextrous gun. It came with great texture from the factory, good stippling. Can't really see it, I got it covered up with some hockey tape, but it's got like 4 or 5 different textures on it, you know. And this gun was almost perfect from the factory. And if you research this gun, a lot of people gonna say, oh, it's that trigger, right? They're gonna say, oh, FN triggers suck. But I ended up finding this trigger, which is a factory. It's not aftermarket. It's a factory flat face trigger. Now they starting to put these in the new FN 509s and the LS Edge, which is basically like a Gucci FN upgraded from factory for like $1,500, right? So I found it somewhere online. I think it was like Midway USA or Midwest Industry, something like one of them two websites, right? You could, if you search it up, you could find it. But it was only like 20 bucks, 25, 30 maybe at the most. And I put that in there. Make sure we clear. Just a Snapcat. Just a Snapcat, YouTube. But it fixed the trigger, right? So this is like it's really super light trigger. Super light, super crisp. I do have some other things done to it too, but we ain't gonna talk about that. I'll probably do a full in-depth on this pretty soon. But yeah, so flat face trigger, super light, super, you know, tactile, something you would want for like a competition gun. And then compensator. This is an FM509 compensator. This is a factory one. So I'm like, oh yeah, this is, you know, this is aftermarket. But this compensator is OEM. You know, so everything about this gun is OEM, but it's gonna be, in my mind, I was like, this gonna be better than my Glock. It's gonna be my competition. This gonna be my everything gun, my duty, my race gun, everything like that. But just like last time when I tried to replace my Glock, it just was disappointing. Let me see, hold on. We having a lot of focus issues today. But like I said, it's just disappointing. Another time where I got disappointed, cause this compensator, it's good, don't get me wrong, but it's not as good as this Radiant Ramjet. It definitely doesn't keep the recoil down. I'm gonna try to get some B-roll shots. I might try to go to the range today or another day just so you can see like the differences. Try to add that to this video, but yeah, it just doesn't keep the recoil down as much. And yeah, like on paper, this is a better gun than a Glock, right? You got better stippling, better trigger, compensator. You got height sights from factory, night sights. As you can see right there. Yeah, night sights from factory. Everything, right? It's got the works. But granted, this gun is probably twice the price of a Glock. Like if I got a Glock 45 or a Glock 19X, this is like 1,000 MSRP, and the Glock is like 5 or 6, maybe 650 for a 19X brand new. But yeah, I put all this bread into this gun, thinking it's gonna be my, you know, my my staccato. You know what I mean? This gonna be my everything. But it wasn't the same, man. Like I shoot this gun better. This gun better to me. And I don't know if y'all shot this gun right here and y'all shot this, y'all might say it differently. But I mean, ultimately, this is, you know, this is supposed to be for me. And this 19 is just everything I needed. And I should have just never got this. I could put all of this on a 45 and it really be my competition pistol or be my combat pistol, and it's still gonna be reliable. You know what I mean? So that's the 2 times I'm trying to replace my Glock. Now, if you notice, I still don't have an EDC, right? And that's when my next gun comes in. So yeah, we started off with this. Currently do not really have an EDC. I still kind of, if I really have to, I might just throw this on my hip, sit it and forget it. Still to this day, even though I don't trust this magazine, kind of just deal with it. But this led me to get my new EDC. 43X MOS. The gun I should have just bought to begin with. And yeah, this thing's got everything on it. And I ain't gonna go too in detail about this one. Y'all just gonna have to get another video for that. Yeah, this thing got everything on it. And we running the trusty, handy dandy Glock OEM magazines, man. 10 rounds, it's enough. I can trust it with my life, so that's most important. But yeah, we got everything on this. This is my new EDC. So yeah, long story short, man, I'm a Glock dude, and I don't know what I was thinking. I feel stupid. I feel like, you know, when you with a girl and you know she's right for you and she's the one for you, but you might, you know, mess around a little bit, thinking, you know, you could get something out, you know. This other girl, she nice though. That's how I feel right now. You feel stupid because you end up going to your original girl anyways. You go somewhere else, trying to find home, and you end up with the same girl looking stupid. Now she on your ass. That's how I literally feel with these guns, man. yeah, I mean, this is part of the firearm journey, you know. I'm pretty sure some of y'all made this mistake, or maybe it's only me. Man, that's what happens. Now, am I gonna sell these? Fuck no. There's just gonna be extra guns in my collection. I still like this gun. I still shoot it around, you know. Still take it to the range, stuff like that. I still like this gun. I'm gonna find use. I'm gonna make use out of it. You know, this is really like this. I think it's like my smallest. I guess it's not a striker fire, but it's basically one of my smallest pistols. So I'm definitely gonna make use of this. Do I prefer it? No. Will I use it? Yes. It's still a reliable firearm. You know, but it's just not. It doesn't meet my preference. It's definitely not this. You know. But I don't even know if y'all can really tell the difference on this gun and my other 43X. You know, but yeah, I feel silly though. But yeah, man, that was my little EDC dilemma. That's how I try to replace my Glock 2 times. But you know, we're back at home now, man. We back in the Glock family, and we gonna keep it that way. But yeah, man, y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. I got a, as promised, I got a full gun collection coming before the end of 2024. Just to show y'all the guns I amassed over the short period of time I've been messing with firearms. So y'all stay tuned for that, man. Y'all subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Make sure y'all stay tuned, man. It's your boy Gunsmoke Lee. I'm checking out. Dig.